Good morning, Honorable Chief Whip. Honorable Nhlanhla, good morning. Honorable Sokanyile. Honorable Kola Banat. I see you are a loner today. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Honourable Cameron is on his way up and Honourable Breitenbach has 2 meetings and will then come.
Okay. Honorable Sauls. Honorable Matthews.
Morning, Chair.
Honorable James. Honorable Skosana. SC.
Good morning, Honorable Chair, Honorable Committee members, everyone present.
Advocate Mkhwanazi, good morning. Advocate Zikalala, good morning and welcome back. Thank you so much, Mr. Cedrick Nkabinde. Good morning to you.
Morning, Chair.
And the team behind you, led by Tloya Bolepye. Thank you so much. Good morning. The members of staff of Parliament, good morning to you. And the support staff of political parties, good morning. Can I check if we have apologies? We recorded apologies, 3 apologies. In fact, it's for the apology of Honorable Sangoni. We said that she's in Ghana this week. The apology of Honorable Mncwangu. We said he's away this week on oversight commitments, parliamentary oversight commitments. The apology of Honorable Malema has been recorded that he will not be available this week due to organizational commitments. The apology of Honorable Chopper, academic commitments this week, and Honorable Vessels as well is away on academic commitments. May you please, Honorable Kola Banat, restate those 2 apologies of Honorable Breitenbach and Honorable Cameron.
Certainly, Honourable Cameron's on his way up, so he'll be a few moments late. And Honourable Breitenbach has 2 meetings and will then attend. And you know, Honourable Kloppers is writing exams, so won't be here this week.
Okay. Honorable Nomvalo, good morning and how are you?
Morning, Chair. I hope you are good. I'm good too. Honorable Shongwe is stuck in traffic. He will join us.
Okay. Do we have further apologies? Okay. Before we proceed, Honorable Matthews has whispered to me that she has a matter she wants to raise. Let me give her the opportunity to raise the matter.
Thank you, Chair. Just on some housekeeping matters. We have the supplementary statement of the witness, and we need clarity from the evidence leader why we have accepted a supplementary statement and whether it's legally sound and whether it's even procedural legally. Because the initial statement, we literally sent the witness home last week because we couldn't process, or we couldn't continue rather with his statement. And then when you actually read the supplementary statement, the witness is indicating very clearly that he produced the statement under, well, not duress, but it was last minute. The evidence leaders weren't on time. So we also need to know whether the witness is going to be prejudiced during this process. So we need to understand from the evidence leaders what led to them deciding that the witness must come in today, because we were not taken into confidence about that. Also, as a committee, we agreed that the lineup is something that we must agree to here as a committee. But we appreciate here that there will be last minute moments and instances where you as the chair, you can make that decision to process. But we have a WhatsApp group exactly for that. So the witness in his supplementary statement, he says that he was told on Friday evening that he's expected to come here today. So we had all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Monday as a committee just to be briefed on what is going on, and this is how we are moving. So last night, literally after a 12-hour shift, we were told that the witness is appearing here today. And I think that could have been handled in a better way. We also understand the other housekeeping matter here is that we don't know, we've asked the evidence leaders to tell us whether they have capacity or not. I mean, even the quality of our statements and the work they are producing, I don't think it is of standard that it should be expected from Parliament. But we also understand that there's only two of them. So, Chair, maybe you must also take us on board on your engagement with the Speaker, because clearly there needs to be more money or budget allocated so we can have a team of evidence leaders. I mean, for the past 2 weeks, there was only two of them, and the work is getting surmountable right now. Yesterday, Auntie Mary embarrassed us in front of the whole country, telling us that we don't even have a forensic investigator. Yet we spent a lot of time as a committee and indicating the resources that we need. Chair, this is not a matter of national importance. It's a matter of national security. We're not doing political theater here. People are dying. People are unsafe here in the country. It can't be that here in Parliament that we are producing an inquiry that is substandard, that we are begging, literally, by the way we are processing some of the information, we are begging that all the work that we have done and the findings that we produce and the recommendations that we make is going to be taken on review, because we are not putting our best foot forward. We also cannot be told the Speaker should have been embarrassed and should have called you already and called you out, Chair, on why we don't have a forensic investigator here after Auntie Mary tells us that we don't have capacity. It's here in Parliament, Chair, where budgets are approved. So how is it that the whole entity of government, or of the state rather, that is responsible for appropriating budgets is saying that, oh, we must be conscious we don't have enough money to induct an inquiry of national security, not of national importance? So I do think here as political parties and as individuals of this committee, we start taking this work more serious. That, Chair, you need to go and engage the Speaker and those who need to be, that we beef up our back office so we are able to produce high-end work. We cannot have witnesses tell us now, giving us supplementary statements. I guess the evidence leader will guide us on, we got some legal advice on whether we can accept a supplementary statement in the first place, but we'll also be guided by the evidence leaders, and maybe our Parliament legal team can do the same thing. But I'm just pressing on us as a committee and you as the chairperson, that we become what the people of South Africa needs here. We also have a commission that's going on. There's huge amounts of budget that has been allocated to it. We also know that historically, commissions, they just end up being a report and nothing happens. We want this Parliament, our process, our findings, our recommendations are going to be binding. We also don't want that situation of where Parliament has just become a rubber stamp, where political parties use their numbers to cover up the corruption of their colleagues here in the country. So we're just asking that we look into this matter, and you just advise us on what happened at the back of the office, that we have the witness here that has told us in his own statement that it was a rush job and we didn't give him sufficient time to prepare. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. I see.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, honorable members, Honorable Mates. The witness, Mr. Nkabinde, when he last appeared, ran into some difficulty explaining some of the dates. These difficulties were discussed by honorable committee members, and subsequently, Chair, you ruled that the hearing would be discontinued and that Mr. Nkabinde would be given an opportunity with his legal team to make adjustments to what he had told the committee and what's in his statement. He had used an unfortunate term like that some of these dates were a thumbsuck. He had also complained that he didn't have access to his devices because of the search and seizure operation. And he was then literally sent back by you, Honorable Chair, on behalf of the committee to reconsider and to come back. He has done so in the form of a supplementary affidavit where he addresses his efforts to confirm the precise dates and information that was given the last time. And in our view as evidence leaders, he's entitled to do so in the form that he does. Yes, the supplementary affidavit may have come in late. It was also late for us because we again only this morning had the opportunity to consult Mr. Nkabinde and his legal team. And we would respectfully submit that we are ready to proceed today. And Mr. Nkabinde is here willing to assist the committee. The timing and dates of his appearance today, as you well know, Honorable Chair, it's not up to the evidence leaders. It's up to the Honorable Committee and yourself. You do discuss it with us, and we have done our best to accommodate the schedule, the changes in the schedule, sometimes late, sometimes last minute. We've done so to get the work of the committee done. In relation to the quality of witness statements, I don't make any comment. I think the Honourable Committee and its members can make up their own minds as far as that is concerned. All I want to say is that the team that we have, with the resources and capabilities at our disposal, we have done our best. We've sat long hours. We sit weekends. We sit at night. We have to engage not only with witnesses, but as you can see for yourself today, they often have an entourage of lawyers and assistants, which they're entitled to, and we also have to deal with them. So it is so that at times witness statements come in late, but there's little we can do about that, Honourable Chair. Thank you.
Maybe before I rotate the matter, let me say this. The honourable members, yesterday after our meeting, I presented this item to you to inform you that the legal team has called me and said that there is a possibility that they could bring Mr. Nkabinde this week. And then I spoke to them and said, if there is agreement between the parties, because we said to him that he will come back within 10 days. If there is agreement between the parties, let's have that happening. We will take the matter to the committee for ratification. And that is exactly what we presented yesterday, to say the committee should ratify the decision that would have been made to have him here. And the committee agreed that they ratified that decision. And my understanding was that the honorable members understand we are pressed for time. We no longer have any time available, and we are still waiting for the extension. But we must be able to have our key witnesses appearing in the event that extension is not granted. Some significant work must have been done. But look, even when that explanation is made, it does not take away accountability from the chairperson of the chairperson of the committee is responsible for everything that happens here. And where there would be mistakes, I will not even try and pass the buck to somebody. I will take responsibility for those mistakes that would have happened. Like Honorable Mathai says that maybe we could have shared that in the WhatsApp group to say, members, there is this proposal that Mr. Nkabinde should come back to the committee this week. I take responsibility for that, and I cannot even shift it to anybody. If there is any person that the committee must crucify, it's me. And secondly, I want to indicate that some of the matters that Honorable Mathais is raising may not be the matters that we deal with here. We can deal with those in the committee meeting when we discuss the budget that is allocated and so on and so forth. The fact that the witness is here and we have not received any application on their part to request extension means that, or where I'm sitting, I can assume that there has been agreement between them and the legal team that they will appear here today. And with regard to the quality of the statement, I think the approach that we should take is that honorable members are here. They can probe the witness. If there are issues that they are not happy with, they can indicate so that the witness is not responding to questions. I may not be persuaded on the statement that the witness has made, because we cannot force the witness to write the statement anyhow. The witness writes what they think the committee deserves to get. I think we spoke to the witness last time when he was here. He's a human being. He's a responsible and reasonable public servant by presumption. And obviously he must have done his best to give the committee the information that it deserves, especially with regard to the material weaknesses that could have been there in his statement last week regarding the chronology of events, which we said they must go and improve. So I think just one point that you may have to clarify, which Honorable Mathai spoke to, is with regard to what is called a supplementary affidavit. I think that is the point that you can clarify.
Sorry, Honorable Chair, I just missed that. You want me to clarify why there's a supplementary affidavit?
Yeah. And what is its status?
Because it differs from his main affidavit. He explains the reason why. You will recall, Honorable Chair, there was an issue with the dates. The committee debated it with him and amongst themselves quite extensively. And he's obviously taken that on board with his legal team and is now sought to correct that. And he will explain how he's corrected it, what his sources were. And that, Honorable Chair, is typically done under oath in a sworn statement. And when you make more than one sworn statement, you would usually style it a supplementary statement or an additional statement or a supporting statement. And in this case, they elected to call it a supplementary affidavit. So the main affidavit still stands and is before the committee, and the supplementary affidavit serves to supplement and to explain some of the initial issues that arose from the main statement. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, with that explanation, I'm going to circulate to the members and then hear what their views are. Honorable Nhlanhla.
Thank you very much, Chair. And Chair, I think we must indicate that we take the concerns by Honorable Mateus in good light, because I think it's one of those regular checks that we always must do to safeguard the credibility of the process. But I think it is important to reflect a bit that part of what was the crux of why we deferred the witness was the issue relating to him having the numbers of Mr. Mkhwanazi in Lusikisiki, whilst he claims that he has got the numbers of Mr. Mkhwanazi preparing for the Stilfontein thingy. So there was a mismatch about the dates, which actually appeared that the witness might be misleading the ad hoc. And I think in the supplementary statement, the witness has thoroughly explained that the dates which actually ultimately led him to be in possession of the contacts of the men in question. So I think that part has been clarified, Chair. And also, Chair, we as the committee have actually advised Mr. Nkabinde to state plainly in the statements the challenges he's facing in soliciting some of the information that is required in the ad hoc committee. And Mr. Nkabinde has also done that to an extent that went to an extent of saying, he even went to an extent of writing to Brigadier Gunene, who is the applicant for the seizure of his gadgets, and he didn't get any assistance. So we would have said, Chair, that you must plainly explain to us in the statement that you have found these challenges in actually soliciting some of the information, and he has done that. Chair, it is correct that when we released him last week, it was plainly communicated to the witness that would recall him within a space of 10 days, and we have done that. Also, it is true, Chair, that we are not enjoying a luxury of time. In 7-8 days, our term of office is coming to an end. Of course, subject to what the House would decide on. So I think, Chair, it is important to note those things and say we must proceed noting what Honorable Mateus is saying, and just saying in a number of witnesses that are still coming, we must always say avoid such kind of hiccups. Some are naturally going to come. It's a given fact, but it is very important to have a very innovative way of navigating through the challenges we encounter during this period. So, Chair, we say as we proceed noting what Mkhwanazi is saying and actually thanking the witness for having been able to provide this kind of crucial information under pressure like this. And it's a supplementary statement that deals with particular issues. The statement that mainly we're going to use is the main statement. It was just correcting some of the issues we have raised with them and the legal team. So thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you so much, Chief Whip. Okay. Honorable Nombalo.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I think I must start by saying that our ultimate goal is that the work of this committee must not be derailed unnecessarily. We don't want to fail South Africans by subjecting this committee to an unending process, to a monotonous process with no progress. But that, Chair, is withstanding the fact that our confusion, which we thought is going to be clarified by the SC, is that insofar as we understand the supplementary statement, it does not only correct areas that were identified by the ad hoc committee in a previous meeting. It goes further because our understanding is that in terms of the legal principle, a supplementary statement is wherein you supplement what has not been addressed in an original statement. In other words, you are not amending the original statement, because a statement that has been made under oath cannot be amended. It can only be supplemented. For instance, if you did not mention the address wherein you stay in an original affidavit, you can make a request that, may I draft a supplementary affidavit which will add the address. We are making an addition. You are addressing shortfalls. So when we read and dissect this supplementary affidavit, it starts from, if I have the correct one, it starts from the first, from paragraph 1 until paragraph 78. So our understanding, Chair, was that a supplementary affidavit would actually come with maybe new aspects which have not been addressed in an original affidavit, to say, I forgot to mention that on this day this is what happened. I forgot to mention just those areas. Now, to us, this is a new statement. And if we can get some clarification on that, Chair, but obviously our firm view is that the work of the committee must not be derailed. We desire to move our work expeditiously, but we need that clarification from the SC. What happened, SC? Is this a new statement? And if it's a new statement, how many amendments have been made? Where are those amendments only related to the areas or to the gray areas that were identified previously by this committee, or the witness went further by making further amendments? But if he added some information, there is no crisis, which has not been addressed in the original statement. There is no crisis. A crisis can only arise in the event where the witness has chosen to amend some amendments or some remarks that he made in the previous statement. So we need that clarity, Chair. Thank you very much. Before we suggest whether we can move on or we can stop the today's proceedings.
Okay, let's see.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Just in response to Honourable Nhlanhla, this is not a new statement. The original statement that served before the Honourable Committee on the last occasion, that still stands. In the supplementary statement today, Mr. Nkabinde clarifies, and I want to refer to his statement. He says at paragraph 3, the supplementary statement is deposed to in amplification of my main statement dated 10 November 2025, filed with the committee. I further submit, that's in paragraph 4, that this statement is intended to clarify the dates on which the committee raised issues and required additional information when I appeared before it on the 13th of November. As will be gleaned from the supplementary statement, I still do not have access to my devices that were taken during the recent search and seizure at my house on the 10th of October 2025. I have, however, had to make alternative arrangements, as I will explain below, to verify some of the dates. Any dates not specifically corrected herein should be noted as remaining unchanged from the main statement. At paragraph 5, in this supplementary statement, I do not repeat the facts stated in my main statement and ask that they be read together as they relate to the same issues and facts, and the clarification and or rectifications be noted accordingly. The purpose of this statement is also to ensure that the committee is fully appraised of the challenges encountered, including delays, limited access to essential devices, and insufficient time afforded to prepare a proper response. Then on page 13 of the supplementary affidavit, there's a heading, my efforts to confirm the precise dates and information for the committee, and that is then explained. There are two main aspects that I will refer Mr. Nkabinde to, and they relate to the dates issue, recording his communication with Mr. Mkhwanazi, and the other aspect is in relation to the phone call from General Mkhwanazi.
Thank you. I think that clarifies the matters, Honourable Nhlanhla.
Yeah, no, Chair, we hear the explanation. However, Chair, our concern has not been allayed to this point. Because, Chair, our understanding is that in a supplementary statement, you don't make repetition of what is contained in an original statement. What was supposed to happen here, Chair, is that this supplementary statement was supposed to acknowledge the content contained in the original statement, not to repeat it word by word. And then they just write a topic of issues that they supplement, facts that they supplement. It was not supposed to be this long, Chair. We're not supposed to have an introduction. We're not supposed to have a background of the deponent, because that has already been clarified in an original statement. So it creates a lot of confusion because it gives an impression that this is a statement that is amending the original statement. Because if it is not amending the original statement, it should not repeat the same facts that have been, or the same averments that have been addressed under this original statement. It should only deal with a new supplemented information and say, we note paragraph 1 of the original statement, we note paragraph 2, we note paragraph 3, and write a new heading, supplementary information, and you supplement. It was supposed to be only 2 pages, Chairperson, but now it's a repetition of this statement, and it creates a lot of confusion.
Yeah, no, I hear the point that you are saying. If you look at number 5, it says, in this supplementary statement, I do not repeat the facts stated in my main statement and ask that they be read together as they relate to the same issues and facts, and the clarification and rectifications to be noted accordingly. What the legal team might have done was to bring the contents of the earlier statement after this preface, so that in the event we want to make reference, you don't have to be having 2 documents in front of you, but the contents of the previous statement have not been changed. That is why it is written there at number 5, the way you are saying. I agree with you that in terms of the structure, you would have wanted maybe 1 or 2 pages. But the other, am I correct, SC, that the contents of the previous statement have been included in this supplementary statement?
Indeed, Honourable Chair,
Yes.
it's confirmed by Mr. Nkabinde. And in the ordinary course, if there's any material differences that constitute contradictions in the supplementary, and it contradicts what he says in the main, then clearly he will have to take responsibility for that, and any adverse finding that is made, will be made. As evidence leaders, I think I've explained it a few times. We interact, we consult, we do a draft, we send it to the witness concerned. The witness concerned, almost in all our cases now, have their lawyers. They look at it. Sometimes they make minor amendments. Other times they redraft the statement completely and send us their statement. And it is not for us as evidence leaders to tear it up, throw it in the bin and say, no, we don't accept what you say in your statement. Provided they do so under oath and they take responsibility for it. Our job is to lead them according to their statement, and for the rest, the honourable members then debated with them and asked them questions.
Chair, no, I think the SC is not helping us at all. If anything, he is just exacerbating our confusion. Because one, it's your responsibility, SC, to guide the witness on legal technicalities. The witness has a responsibility to produce content of his statement, but to guide him on legal technicalities is your responsibility. So you can't run away from that. Secondly, Chair, we still insist that this is not a supplementary affidavit. This is a new statement. And this statement amends this statement. Because if you say on paragraph 5, Chairperson, of the supplementary affidavit, you are not going to repeat issues which have been addressed in the original statement, but on the following paragraphs, you repeat them. Issues which have been addressed on the previous statement. That means, and when you repeat them, that means you are amending. And we are saying, Chair, by law, that is not allowed. You can't amend a statement that has been sworn. I mean, a statement that has been made under oath. It's illegally wrong. Chairperson. And I'm so disappointed that the SC does not address that, is shifting the blame to the witness as if he can take anything that comes from a witness, even a love letter, which has not been made under oath. It's his responsibility. We must agree on that. So, Chair, but like we said, that our intention here is not to delay. Maybe we can note all these things for deliberations, because we really want to proceed. We have an interest of questioning this witness, but these observations that we have made here are worrisome. And what exacerbates our concern is how the SC is reacting to our concerns. He's trying to belittle them and he is being dismissive, whereas he has a responsibility to guide witnesses on legal technicalities.
Okay. Is your hand up, Honorable Scosan? Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I'll summarize, Chair. You know, General Mkhwanazi has put cat among the pigeons. We cannot fail him here. And I'm disappointed as well, you know, that the witness beside their SC is got a legal team and they know the law. They know exactly what we are talking about. What my colleague has spoken about here, if you look at the original submission and you look at the supplementary, completely, it was not, it was only about the dates which the witness told us here, that he told the legal team, meaning our legal team, that he was not sure because of the gadgets. But when you look at the document, this supplementary, it's replacing the original sworn affidavit. And it can't be right, Chair. But anyway, for the sake of progress, I'm not sure whether legally this thing is not going to have impact on us as a committee, but really it's disappointing and it's not a laughable issue. You know, we are dropping the ball, and we always mention this thing on the other committees, that some of our professionals are really failing us. And this is an egg on our face as well, because we are not here to have a gossip, you know. We are here to do our work, and we must represent our people to the fullest. We cannot be seen as, you know, that we are, like my colleague said, it's not a love letter. This is a serious document. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Cameron.
Thanks, Chair. I think we should just proceed. The SC is not here to be a legal advisor to Mr. Nkabinde. He's got his own legal team. They need to do what they need to do. Let's move on. He can take responsibility for whatever he says. We're not there to do. I mean, if we have to go into legal advice for all of the witnesses, we'd be here until Easter of 2029. So let's move forward. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Matthews.
Chair, we just want to make it note that we didn't raise this matter because we are trying to delay processes or we want the witness to go home today. It was to make a correction to that statement.
Yeah.
And the bigger point here is that we can sit through the whole day today. And when we do our findings and when we do our review, when we do our findings and we do our recommendations, we can be taken under review and our whole process of what we are doing. So we just want to make sure that we are doing the right thing. And we did the same thing when General Mkhwanazi was here and he came with the supplementary statement and we had to go and say, just go and fix it and make it as a statement. So for the sake of expediency, it mustn't be at the sake of legal processes. And I agree that the senior counsel is trying to pass on blame. We do understand that the witness has his own legal team, but it's something very simple. Where you properly advise, can a witness come here and say, I thumb-sucked? He's not answering. He's saying legally, can a witness come and say to us under oath, I thumb-sucked the statement and the next minute we supplement it in? Yes or no? I don't understand how was the witness advised to do a supplementary statement and not submit a new statement It's not even, most of that is just cut and paste and just redo it. This whole process of us spending 1 hour going back and forth is so unnecessary because it just needs to be fixed. How do we accept a supplementary statement? And the senior counsel is not cooperating. He wants to give us a supplementary statement instead of a new statement. We are quite happy to proceed, but we don't want to proceed under conditions that we are going to be held accountable later. And perhaps the senior counsel must tell us that if we are taken, our report is taken under review, what recourse are we going to have? And how is he going to be held accountable for the advice that he's given us that we must accept and we must proceed with a supplementary statement? We want to proceed. Can we just go and fix that statement? I'm sure it won't take long, and remove that word supplementary and make it as a new statement to the committee. That's all. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Sauls, yeah, I will come to you, Chief Whip.
Chair, my understanding of the difference between what we're dealing with now and what we dealt with General Mkhwanazi's statement is that he had a statement submitted to the Nhlanhla Commission, and then he had a statement to us. Then he phrased the statement to us as a supplementary statement to the statement that he made to the Nhlanhla Commission. And we had a problem with the fact that he calls the statement to us a supplement to that statement. We are looking for a main statement in total. So it was for that reason that they had to go back and then come back, and we considered the entirety of what he submitted to Nhlanhla and to us as the main statement. The difference here is that the witness had to go back and clarify a section within his statement that he said was thumb-sucked because he didn't have access to his phones and other resources. The committee then allowed him to go back and clarify that. He comes back today and calls that parts that he has clarified a supplement to the main statement. It doesn't replace the main statement. Now, Chair, of course, I'm not an attorney, so I'm going to leave the judgment on the legal technicalities of the document to the SC. If the SC says it satisfies the legal technicalities, I've got to believe him. Where I make a contribution is on looking at what the witness says in the statement, and I want to read it. He's explicit in the designation of the statement. He says, he calls it supplementary witness statement of Cedrick Nkabinde. That tells me he's telling us that's a supplement. He then also says that it must be read together as they relate on the same issues and facts. He then further says, in this supplementary statement, I do not repeat the facts stated in my main statement. He then says, where I have not corrected something, it remains as stated in my original statement. So my understanding is that these two statements now forms the main statement. Then on the issue of did Mr. Nkabinde have enough time? He did have enough time in context of the fact that as the committee, we don't have the luxury of time. So the witness had to consider it as a matter of urgency. When he left on Thursday, from that moment of leaving on Thursday, he had to start working on getting confirmation. So he had Thursday, then he had a full day on Friday. Then he had 48 hours, full working days, Monday and Tuesday. That is a lot of time. And then for police, I would think for information such as this, there should be access over the weekends. But that's debatable. But given that he had a full Friday, a full Monday and Tuesday to get clarification or confirmation, in my view, that's enough time. on the issue of Brigadier Kunene from the PKTT, who has not responded back to grant access to the witness to assist in verifying the statement. That is problematic. To date, you have Brigadier Kunene not having responded at all. The question is the PKTT interested in assisting this committee then to investigate properly the veracity of the allegations? So that is a big question. I conclude by saying, Chair, based on the above, we should proceed. Thank you.
Honorable James.
Thank you, Chair. It is worrying that a chief of staff cannot take responsibility for his actions. We are in this mess because he undermined this committee in the first place. If anything, he's had an advantage over all the other witnesses because he was given additional time, which he still today comes with a supplementary question, supplementary statement. We are still subjected to a thumb-sucked statement. For as long as we have this incorrect statement with incorrect dates, with thumb-sucked information in here, we are still subjected to it. I don't understand, in the supplementary statement, it says here, and this is where it confuses me, I do not repeat the facts stated in my main statement. Those aren't facts in the main statement. That is thumb-sucked information. So I would have expected that the supplementary statement today would have read statement, and we would have only had one statement before us. So the outcome of today's proceedings, he will have to bear the consequences of it. That is number one, but we cannot continue delaying. We need to move on for the sake of progress. And that's where I leave it. Thank you, Chair.
Chief Whip.
No, thanks, Chair. Good morning to colleagues and Mr. Nkabinde and his team, and of course our legal team. No, Chair, I think Honorable Souls has dealt with the first part of what I wanted to raise. The distinction between how we handled the statement of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi during his appearance to us and the one that is before us. So let me just emphasize one point in that regard, that in this case, we were given a statement ourselves, which was not coming from anywhere else except from the witness. And there were concerns about the accuracy of certain information, as a consequence of which we then agreed that the witness must be given more time to obtain that information. I think we've got to depart from the understanding that to the extent that it was possible, he has managed to secure the information that was required. We now have it with us. The dilemma that members are raising, which I fully understand, is that but before us today is our original statement or his original statement and the supplemental and statement. And the question is not just of form, that there are two. It's also about the content, from what I think some of my colleagues have raised. Now, this is how I suggest we proceed, Chair. One, I think we should allow the witness to give an indication as to whether the supplemental entirely erased the main one. That's number one. Or he proposes that we must interface with them as one document.
He says they must be read together
in
the supplementary statement.
Okay, sure. If that is what he says, I want to suggest that we proceed in that direction. It may very well be that as we proceed, we may discover inconsistencies between the one and the other. And if that happens, and if that situation arises, it will be incumbent upon him to clarify us why that and how does he want us to understand where there's an inconsistency. So that's what I want to propose, that in support of all my other colleagues, that we should proceed, but our proceedings must be guided by the fact that it is on his court
to guide us when we raise matters that are contradicting between the two documents. So I want to appeal, Chair, that we don't take a break and start working on it again, but we proceed with that understanding that as we pick up contradictions, the witness must help us to interact with those contradictions. But I accept and I understand the concerns as raised originally from Honorable Matthews and all other colleagues. But my appeal is that notwithstanding all of those concerns, let's find a way in which we can proceed without taking a break to deal with the matter. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Honorable Novalo.
No, Chair, we are not far apart from the submissions that have been made by the latter speaker. But we just want to correct one thing, Chair, so that we don't proceed on a wrong note here.
Yeah.
The reason why the SC engages in a consultative process with witnesses is for him to guide them on legal technicalities. If the SC has no role to play in the content or in the legal technicalities, then there is no need for a consultation to take place between him and witnesses. So the suggestion that Honorable Cameron is making that the SC has no responsibility to guide witnesses is actually far-fetched and untrue, to say the least. We must never proceed on that note, Chair, because we are going to mess things up. Because if we agree on that, then witnesses must just submit statements without having a consultation with the SC. They must just submit them so that we can solely blame witnesses and their legal teams. Here we're blaming the legal team, our legal team, the senior counsel. These are the issues that he must identify and deal with during the consultative process. We just wanted to address that. Chair, like we said, we support the idea that let's move on, but we just need one clarity from the witness. In the original affidavit, Chair, because I just want to be practical, I think under page 2, the topic there is contents. It says that in the original affidavit, on page 16, the witness will talk about the minister's directive of the 31st. And on page, okay, then in the supplementary affidavit, on page 2 again, the witness is making an indication again that he will talk about the directive of the minister. Who, on the same page of the supplementary affidavit, the witness is saying on page 22, he will talk about the knowledge of PKTT. That's how it's written. And in the original affidavit, he says on page 3, he will talk about knowledge of the PKTT. Now, the question that we have here, Chair, is when you talk about the same issues in different statements, are you making amendments or you are making a supplementary of what has not been contained in an original affidavit? Now you supplement it in a supplementary affidavit under the same topic. I'm not sure if my question is clear, because that's what triggers our confusion as well. When you talk about the same issue, when you address the issue which has been addressed already here, what is the intention? Do you intend to amend or you intend to supplement what is contained here in the original affidavit? So that when we move on, Chair, we move with a correct understanding of his intentions.
Yeah.
That is a clarity that we have. Thank you.
Mr. Nkabinde, remember, you are still under oath. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. My understanding how I outlined the topics is that in that specific topics, there are things that I wanted to clarify, to supplement. So I wanted to make it easier that what I'm supplementing in this topic, you will find it in page so and so, because even when you read in my supplementary, I'm referring also to a certain page and a paragraph of a main statement. This is what I'm amplifying and I'm supplementing, and a more of clarifying. Thank you, Chair.
No, I think we are fine with the response.
The last will be Honorable Matthews.
Thank you, Chair. Just to clarify, when we used General Mkhwanazi's supplementary statement, it wasn't because we were that we did not understand that the dynamics were different between the supplementary statement and his original statement. We didn't use that as an example on that. We used it as an example to indicate the process that we used to make sure that we do not compromise ourselves as a committee, and that we use the opportunity to fix it so we could proceed in that manner. So it wasn't that we were under some delusion that the two are the same. And just on the issue, and we're going to conclude now on the issue of amending a statement and clarifying. There's a difference between clarifying points in a main statement and changing it. So we will note that there are dates that need to be changed in the main statement. It's not clarifying. Literally, dates needed to be changed, not clarifying. So that must also be noted. And I think the committee must be cognitive of the decision that we've taken today. And when we go into deliberations, what's going to happen. And also our evidence leaders must also be cognitive of the situation that they've placed us in, who are representing the people of this nation, by just not doing something very simple of just saying that this is a statement instead of a supplementary statement, because we still don't have an explanation why it is a supplementary statement, because all it needed to be was just a statement, and we would have not wasted an entire hour discussing something like this that has huge legal implications. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Let's do this. Number one, all of you as members of this committee, I do not have any doubt that your intention is to work in the best interest of the people of South Africa. And number two is that you want to do your work very diligently and very meticulously, because you are lawmakers. You are the first to observe the law of this country and make sure that you defend and protect it. I also want to persuade you, honorable members, that stop sniping at each other and focus on the work that we must do. I know that you come from different ideological persuasions, you come from different political quarters. Talking back at each other is not going to help us. Let's focus on the work as a team. That is what will help us to achieve what we want to do. SC, the members have made very important observations. Yeah. And the last time when a similar observation was made, I said that we we accept that we were not perfect. I remember when I did an interview with one television station. I told them that there was a footballer in Italy in the name of Franco Baresi. Franco Baresi is one of the very few players in history to have played in 5 World Cups. He featured for the first time in 1978. When the World Cup was played in Italy in 1990, he was there. And apparently in the USA 1994, he was still there. 5 World Cups from 1978. In that illustrious career, he unfortunately conceded 8 own goals. But that did not take away his illustrious achievements. So I want to say to you that when criticism is made, take that criticism in good light. It must not break your spirit. You must take it as something that is well intended and that members appreciate the work that you do. And even after a hard day of work, sitting alone, you may still feel that it was not enough, you could have done better. And where members make these critical observations, I want to exhort you to ensure that we improve so that the work of the committee is not scuppered. Honorable Matthias is right that we sat here for an hour having to discuss the form. Not even the content. I think it was only one paragraph that Honorable Nhlanhla wanted to be clarified, but discussing the form of the statement. I think it's a thing that we must improve on. But at the end of the day, honorable members, I have said it that as the chairperson of this committee, I would not even wish the criticism to go on anybody. I take responsibility for everything. You know, when you are a driver of a bus, passengers can sit at the back, some even drink, some take their provisions and start eating and dancing in the bus. But if the bus gets a puncture, the driver must explain to passengers, how did it happen that we got a puncture? Why did you bring us this kind of a tire here or this kind of a bus here? So I'm taking responsibility on behalf of everybody. So we are going to proceed. We're not going to administer oath today because we administered oath on you, Mr. Nkabinde. You are still under oath. And let me remind you what we said so that we don't get stuck in the proceedings. When we parted with you last week, and I think this is what is going to help us in the proceedings today, because this is what stopped our proceedings last night. We said that when you come back today, or whatever day we shall have decided, before we proceed, we are going to check with you that you have put the helmet of integrity on your head. And I can see today you have that helmet of integrity. We said that you will put the badge of conscience. And that badge of conscience is here with us today, a necklace of morality and amulets of ethics. because that is what will give us a crown of credibility. So we are going to proceed in that way. Our presumption is that the helmet is there, the badge is there, the necklace is there, and the amulets are there. SC and Mr. Nkabinde, your time starts now, and I want to wish both of you good luck in leading evidence. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. No more own goals. Mr. Nkabinde, again, welcome this afternoon, and thank you for your cooperation. At your last appearance before the committee, you were granted a break to allow you time to verify and to supplement some aspects in your witness statements, which we will deal with. You deal with it it's on page 13 of your supplementary affidavit. From paragraph 49 onwards on page 13. So perhaps you, from 49 to 54, you can just summarize for us what efforts you made to address the shortcomings in your original statement, which were highlighted by the Honourable Committee.
Thank you, Chair. To summarize my efforts to confirm precise dates, what I have done, I consulted with the personal assistant to the minister.
Minister Mkhwanazi.
To the Minister Mkhwanazi.
Yeah.
I consulted with him if I can have access to the minister's calendar, because the minister's activities will be precisely as to in relation to the dates I'm looking for. Another effort, I instructed my lawyers to write a letter to Brigadier Gunene, if at least can I have access to check the relevant dates, even if they don't give back my gadgets, just to go through my dates. But unfortunately, there were no response from that letter. There was not even an acknowledgement received. So with the help of the calendar of the minister, including with the travel agencies looking into the traveling itineraries of the minister, then I was able to be precise with the dates of a sequence of events that are relevant to the committee, Chair.
Thank you. So you still didn't have access to your cell phone, to your gadgets that were seized during the search and seizure operation that was led by Brigadier Gunene.
Can you repeat your question?
I said you still have not had access to your gadgets, your mobile devices.
Yes.
That were seized during this operation earlier in October.
Yes, that's correct.
So these dates that you now refer to, you reconcile that with the personal diary of Minister Mkhwanazi's PA.
That's correct, Chair.
Okay. So let's go there. Can I refer you to your original affidavit? To paragraph 75, it's under the subheading Brown Mkhwanazi on page 24, and it goes through to 83. You see that?
Yes, that's correct.
And at paragraph 75, you said, as indicated, I was present at the Portfolio Committee meeting of Police on 5 March 2025. During this meeting, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi indicated to the meeting that I confirmed to him that Brown Mkhwanazi was a person who is close to the minister. And then in the following paragraph, in this regard, I wish to clarify that I received a call from Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on 30 September while I was with the minister on a visit to Lusikisiki in relation to the killings that had happened in Lusikisiki. So that is where that's the first occasion where there was a pause and several questions, and you now address this in your supplementary affidavit at paragraph 57. Or rather, perhaps you should just start. You record this in a chronology, your record of communications with Mr. Mkhwanazi for 2024, and then more pointedly at paragraph 57. No, sorry. It's 56. At 56 on page 18. And also 57.
That's correct.
You want to read it into the record, or you can summarize it? Okay.
It starts on the page 15. It starts on the page 15.
You want to start at page 15?
Paragraph 55.
Yes, you may.
The subheading there, it's a record of communication with Mr. Mkhwanazi, chronology of material events. After checking with the minister's PA and consulting the minister's diary, I confirm the relevant dates regarding my knowledge of Brown Mkhwanazi are as follows. In and during August 2024, there was an ongoing standoff developed at an abandoned gold mine in Stilfontein, which resulted in a significant humanitarian crisis involving hundreds of illegal miners called or commonly known as Zamazamas. So there was that crisis during August.
Yep.
If I go to paragraph 55.3, hundreds and possible thousands of miners from countries such as Mozambique, Zimbabwe, and Lesotho remained trapped underground, fearful of resurfacing due to the police presence and potential retaliation from armed criminal groups controlling the mine. Then from 18 August 2024 onwards, some miners began resurfacing on their own initiative, after which they were immediately detained and processed by authorities. So, Chair, this is a background of prompted the minister to convene a staff meeting on the 20th of August, 2024, because this information were viral on the media. So it concerns the minister. So 20 August, in paragraph 55.5, the minister called a staff meeting, and he instructed us in the meeting to make, through the department, to make arrangement for him to go and visit Stilfontein. I confirm that it was at this meeting when the minister provided me with the contact details of Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi from Northwest. And I recall that minister instructed me that I should contact Mr. Mkhwanazi and ask him to come with some local leaders to brief him on the situation before his visit, which I accordingly instructed to facilitate for this engagement. I then contacted Mr. Mkhwanazi on the same day of that meeting and informed him that I will revert once a suitable date for the briefing had been identified. So I followed the usual protocol that we follow with the staff to ascertain the minister's earliest availability for the proposed meeting. I checked the minister's availability with the PA in order to facilitate this meeting with Mr. Brown. At the time, the minister's calendar was fully booked for August, and a date of September was considered. 55.9, although I cannot recall the exact date, during the second week of September, I again engaged Mr. Mkhwanazi and identified the date of 30th of September, 2024, as a possible meeting date based on the minister's availability. Mr. Mkhwanazi undertook to confirm with the other expected attendees, and he reverted to me a few days later, confirming their availability. And accordingly, the meeting was scheduled as follows. It was going to be on Monday, 30th September. The time allocated for this meeting was 11 to 12, 1 hour. The guest, it was Brown Mkhwanazi plus 4 other people. The venue of the meeting was going to be an official residence. On the 30th September in the morning, I recall that an urgent matter arose for the minister, and the meeting had to be cancelled. I accordingly informed Mr. Mkhwanazi about the cancellation, and I advised him that I will advise him of a new date once it's been identified. During October 2024, a new date, suitable date for the meeting was identified as the 28th of October 2024. I engaged Mr. Mkhwanazi to facilitate this meeting, and within few hours he returned and confirmed availability of the group. The meeting was accordingly scheduled as follows. It was going to be Monday, 28 October 2024. The time allocated for this meeting was 4:30 in the afternoon to 5:30. It was also an hour allocation. The meeting guest was Brown Mkhwanazi plus 4 other people. The venue for this meeting was official residence. I further facilitated all logistical arrangements for the meeting as per my role and responsibilities, and it proceeded as scheduled. However, as I testified previously before this committee, I did not attend this meeting. And therefore, I'm unable to confirm the discussions that were had in that meeting. I reiterate that I can only reasonably confirm that the meeting discussed the issues concerning the crisis with the Zamazamas at Stilfontein, as that is the purpose of which this meeting was arranged for. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. So this meeting, did it deal with any official police or policing business?
That's correct. That's correct, Chair.
So what role, we know that Mr. Mkhwanazi is not a police officer, is that right?
That's correct.
So what would be his role in this meeting or at the meeting? Why would the meeting be facilitated with him?
The minister wanted for me to arrange a meeting. He was planning to go and visit Stilfontein. Then he suggested that he needs to have an engagement with some local leaders to get an understanding before he goes there. So he then gave me the number of Mr. Mkhwanazi. I believe he's from Northwest, for him to assist and get other leaders to come and brief him about the situation.
So the other, I think you mentioned the other 4 persons at the meeting. You can't recall who they were. Were they local leaders?
According to the arrangement, Brown Mkhwanazi had to come with some local leaders, of which I don't know who are they. I don't know their names.
So, despite not being at the meeting, did you make any follow-up on what happened at that meeting, what the outcome was of that meeting? Was there, in fact, a further meeting in relation to this issue, the Zama issue?
No, I never inquire, but I also remember that there was going to be a follow-up meeting that the minister wanted me to convene again for the same people, which was gonna be in the early year of 2025. If I go to paragraph 56, in early January 2025, although I cannot recall the exact date, the minister instructed me to facilitate a follow-up meeting with Mr. Mkhwanazi and the same group of individuals. After reviewing minister's calendar, 3rd of February 2025 was identified as a suitable date, which I informed Mkhwanazi, and he confirmed his availability. And the meeting was accordingly scheduled as follows. It was going to be Monday, 3 February 2025. The allocation of this meeting was 1 hour, 11 to 12. Venue official residence. 56.2, it was approximately 15 minutes where after the scheduled start of the meeting, the Mr. Mkhwanazi were running late, and then I had to check how far are they. Then when I contact Mr. Mkhwanazi to check on their arrival, he informed me that the individuals that should accompany him had been urgently called at Luthuli House, and they were now unable to attend. So that was another follow-up meeting, but it could not materialize.
Can I just take you back to paragraph 55.7? That date there, it seems to be a typographical, it's 20 August 2024.
2024, yes.
Not 2025.
No, it's 2024. It's a typo.
You don't need to make another affidavit for that. So, again, what you fairly early into your tenure as Chief of Staff,
Yes,
around about this time, you in fact had just been appointed
that's correct.
on the 1st of August 2024. So what do you make, or what are your impressions of Mr. Mkhwanazi? Is it only because of the Stilfontein Zama issue, and because of his, perhaps because of his standing in the Northwest province, that he could be of some assistance? What did you make of it? What did you know about him?
With my observation, it was only for this Stilfontein, this arrangement of these meetings. Why I'm saying that, after all these arrangements of these meetings, I have never seen Mr. Mkhwanazi in coming to the minister or ever facilitated any meeting for him to come and see the minister. It's been a year now. There has never been such a thing. So my observation will be that time it was that brewing issue of Stilfontein. And probably because it's coming from the same province, I don't know what rationale behind the minister to identify him who will be able to assist in getting other local leaders.
Honorable Nhlanhla.
No, thanks, Chair. A quick one. I thought this will pursue further this question of Mr. Mkhwanazi not being a police officer. Are you aware of him being a police informant, a police conductor, of anything of that sort?
Not at all.
May proceed, SC.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. So are you absolutely certain that Mr. Mkhwanazi never visited the minister at his offices? I take it that your office would be next door to the minister's office. Just
Yes.
in the ordinary way, you as Chief of Staff, you'd be close to the
I'm
minister.
close to him and I'm responsible to facilitate his meetings. I'm responsible for his calendar, actually.
And you say Mr. Mkhwanazi was never either in your office or the minister's office.
No, not at all.
So just for your comment, so when Mr. Mkhwanazi states that he would have made a call from the minister's office to Mr. Nhlanhla, either he's mistaken or he's not telling the truth.
When is he saying? Can you repeat?
If he says that he made a call from the minister's office to Mr. Nhlanhla, Kat Nhlanhla, from the minister's office, then you wouldn't have been aware of that.
Yes, that has never happened
Or certainly
in my presence. Yes.
Not in your presence.
Yes.
Honorable Skosana and then Honorable James.
Thank you, Chair. I guess it's normal that the ministerial schedule meetings are characterized by attendance list. And I guess the 4 people who attended that meeting, the names should be there. Unless I'm lost, but in my knowledge, that's how things are done. I think those four names should be in that list. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'm covered by Honorable Skosana. Because surely at the official residence, when you say you don't know the names, you say in your testimony that you were responsible for facilitating the logistics. So you didn't know who they were, you didn't know what cars they were coming in, there's no security at the official residence. Is that what you're saying? And then secondly, also you say that the meeting was cancelled because who was called to Latuli House? Was it Mr. Mkhwanazi or was it the Zama community activists that were now being called to Latuli House? instead of the meeting? Can we just get clarity on that? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. The last question, this is the information I got from Mr. Mkhwanazi. He indicated that the comrades that he is coming with, that they are now called, not him. The way he indicated it, it was not him who was called. He said these people, he referred them as comrades. Because even when we are confirming the meeting, how many people, how many are you? He will then say, I come with other 4 comrades. Because he even calls the minister Comrade Senzo. That is how he used. So he just said, no, the other comrades that I must come with, they were already here in Gauteng, but they were urgently called. So it means not him. Then coming to the attendance register, these types of meetings where the PA is not in the meeting, I'm not in the meeting, it's highly impossible for the minister to take those administrative, because no one attended that meeting in the staff except the minister himself. And at the gate, where you come to the official residence, there are police officials at the gate. You only informed them that we are expecting a visitor by the name of Brown Mkhwanazi. He is coming with other 4 people. So then they let them go. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable James.
Chair, I put it to you, Mr. Nkabinde, that at all the parliamentary villages, and I'd like to think that security is even tighter at an official residence, you don't just give the name of one person. It is mandatory for you to present your ID at the gate, and they have record of everyone that gains access into that official residence. Could you not have called the security to get the names? Because we want to know who these names are. Because right now, I'm not sure if they are activists, community Zama activists, or are they comrades? We need to know who these people were. Thank you, Chair.
Do I comment, Chair?
If you can please respond.
Yes. No, this is a standard practice where official of residence of the minister is situated. You simple alert them that you are expecting a visitor. There is no register there. They are not taking any registration. That's what I even observing there. So I don't know if they are doing the right thing or not. Thank you.
So what the members want to know is, in that meeting, was there no attendance register which was taken?
No, Chair, because the minister was alone. Normally, if the PA is there, he would have facilitated that.
So, and then Mr. Mkhwanazi was arranging that meeting with you.
That's correct.
And then he did not tell you what are the names of the other 5 he was coming with.
No, Chair, I never asked as well.
Okay. And these people were going to brief him about the situation in the Stilfontein mining area.
That's correct, Chair.
And then from your knowledge, or what you could have heard, were the senior leaders that were coming from the provincial government whose under whose departments or line functions mining could fall?
I'm not sure, Chair, because I don't know who are those people.
Okay. Honorable Skosana.
Yeah, my follow-up question, Chair, why I was asking that to the witness is that you remember very well what Minister Senzo Mkhwanazi told us here. He said very vividly that he never responded to Brown Mkhotsi's messages. I remember very well sitting here that he disowned him completely. But anyway, it will come to that, SC, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to be honest to you that what we are saying now to us is completely foreign to us of what the minister told us, you know, but I'm happy that, you know, you are giving it to us now, you know, and thank you, Chair.
We may proceed, SC.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair. Can I also refer you to another aspect, Mr. Nkabinde, which you were required to address? Can I refer you to paragraph 76 of your main affidavit? Where you say, in this regard, I wish to clarify that I received a call from Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on 30 September 2024, while I was with the Minister on a visit to Lusikisiki in relation to the killings that had happened in Lusikisiki. And you then address this in your supplementary paragraph 57 on page 19. Do you want to deal with it?
Thank you, Chair. I wish to clarify and supplement paragraph 76 of my main statement and place it on record that after verifying the details, I can confirm that I received a call from Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on the 1st of October 2024, not 30th September 2024. This call was received while I was accompanying the minister on his first visit to Lusikisiki in relation to the killings that had occurred in the area.
Can I also refer you to MK 16, MK 16 and MK 17 at page 313, 314 and 315. There's a WhatsApp exchange. MK 17, it should be in a bundle. MK 16, MK 17.
There's MK 17, yes. 313 page.
315.
Yeah.
Have you got it there?
Yeah, got it.
Nkabinde?
Thank you.
Is this the call that you are referring to after General Mkhwanazi had shared this WhatsApp with you on page 315.
Three one five.
Yes,
Which call are you referring to
I
here?
think the
WhatsApp,
SP has
the
left
WhatsApp.
us behind. Want to see
The
which
call
and
relates to this WhatsApp.
Let's do this. Honorable Nhlanhla is making a point here.
No, I'm saying, Chair, the SC is leaving us behind. We don't see which annexure is he referring to. We only had that he says MK17. So we are trying to look for that. So can you please not leave us behind?
On the last occasion, Honorable Chair, it was handed to the committee as an exhibit, MK16 and MK17.
We can confirm, Chair, that we don't have that annexure.
May we proceed, Chair?
We don't have the annexer.
Mr. Nkabinde, you have it. This is an extract of General Mkhwanazi's state. It was attached to his statement the last time, so we just extracted this
Okay.
to raise it with you.
Yes, you said 315 a page.
315, yeah.
Yes, I have it.
Now, this call that you referred to,
I don't
That's
see a
it.
call here, Chair.
on page 19 of your supplementary statement and paragraph 57, this is what you say. I wish to clarify and supplement paragraph 76 of my main statement and place it on record that after verifying the details, I can confirm that I received a call from Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi on 1 October 2024 and not 30 September 2024. That's the
Yes.
correction that you made. This call was received while I was accompanying the minister on the first visit to Lusikisiki in relation to the killings that had occurred in the area.
Yes.
So we are now referring you to this WhatsApp. Yeah. Which is also referred to at paragraph 77 of your main statement. Where you say Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi sent me a WhatsApp text during our telephonic conversation. That's the one you referred to on 1 October, in relation to an occurrence book that he had received from Brown Mkhwanazi about interference by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi during an arrest of a senior correctional services commissioner who was found allegedly in possession of drugs. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi said that Brown Mkhwanazi indicated to him that he knows the minister. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi wanted to know who Brown Mkhwanazi is and whether he knew the minister. So if you go back to the bundle, MK17, you'll see on page 313, that's an extract from the occurrence book. And then there's this exchange, and these WhatsApps are then copied to you In the middle of the page, the minister is brief. He has just arrived in the Sikisiki. And on the following page, 315, my General Bran Mkhwanazi from the Northwest, an internal attempt to discredit you through defeating the end case. Morning, sir. What are you talking about? What defeating case are you referring to, and who is behind that? Do you want to comment on that?
Yes, I see conversation here between two people.
Yeah.
Who are these people? I'm not sure. Who are these people
And
talking
then
here?
at paragraph 78, your narrative goes on to, I confirmed that I knew who Bran Mkhwanazi was, and that the minister too knew Bran Mkhwanazi from Northwest. Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi sent Bran Mkhwanazi's number to me, and I confirmed that it was indeed Bran Mkhwanazi's number. I never referred to Bran Mkhwanazi as a close associate, quote unquote, of the minister, as was described by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi during the meeting of 5 March 2025. That's the portfolio committee meeting. Then you say, I personally got to know Bran Mkhwanazi during my position as Chief of Staff, and you referred to the meetings you referred to earlier, facilitated a meeting between Minister Mkhunu and Bran Mkhwanazi, together with other members of the ANC from the Northwest Province. And in your original statement, you've got during October/November 2024, and you've now confirmed that date as the 28th of October 2024, and that you reference in your supplementary affidavit at paragraph 55.9. You see that?
I see that.
Yeah. Now, the IDEC complaint that had been referred to, sorry, the IPID complaint, is also at Annexure MK27. That's the one. At page 602, MK27, have you got that?
I got it.
This is a complaint which is authored and signed by, is it Mr. Kife Lakai?
Yes.
Kife Lakai on 12 March 2025. And it's addressed to Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. Kindly note that IPID received a complaint of interference from the Minister of Police, and it's the IPID registration number. It is alleged that on Monday, the 8th of January 2024, at about 20:45, an operation was conducted at Kuala Busha prison residential area, and then some further details are provided. The objective of IPID is to give effect to the Constitution. Then in terms of further provisions are cited there, and at paragraph 6 it says the IPID have certain information in its disposal indicating that you may have been involved in instructing the members not to arrest Ms. Nelly Ndlovu. We therefore request you to submit your statement under oath, clarifying the role you played in this matter. IPID will appreciate if your requested statement can be made available on 19 March 2026. Fine. Now, this is addressed to Mkhwanazi, and that relates to the WhatsApp messages referred to. Or your comment?
Which WhatsApp?
So perhaps to put it in its proper context, let me read to you what Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi had said in his statement. I attach marked MK17, which is what you've got there, a copy of these message communications I received on the WhatsApp platform from Mr. Mkhwanazi. On the same day, I telephoned Mr. Nkabinde, the Chief of Staff of the Minister of Police, and asked him as to who Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi was. The latest communication intimated that Mr. Mkhwanazi would be traveling with the Minister to Lusikisiki. I assume, therefore, the Chief of Staff would know of this gentleman. The response from the Chief of Staff was that Mr. Mkhwanazi is an associate of the Minister, but is not employed in the department. That is when I first got confirmation about Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi. I asked the Chief of Staff to send the phone number of this Brown Mkhwanazi, which he did. It is the same number from which all these communications were made and which I have since confirmed as being registered to Mr. Mkhwanazi. The Chief of Staff thus confirmed to me that indeed the person who is sending me WhatsApp messages is the same person called Brown Mkhwanazi and is from the northwest. Do you want to comment?
Yes, indeed, General Mkhwanazi contacted me about a person who called him and said he knows the minister. And General Mkhwanazi wanted to know if I know this person. And I confirmed with General Mkhwanazi that yes, I know him and also the minister knows him. But I've never said he's a close associate to the minister. But I've never said it like that.
Okay. And you dealt with that in your main affidavit at paragraphs 77 to 81 in your main affidavit.
That's correct.
Okay. So that's the extent to which you say you know Mr. Mkhwanazi and know of Mr. Mkhwanazi.
Yes.
Chair, Honourable Chair, it's 1 o'clock. Are we going to have a short adjournment?
None. What do we do? Break.
The rest of the MPs without.
No, let's proceed. I will indicate you for break.
The IDEC rent is. So, thank you, Honourable Chair. Just before I move on to the IDEC complaint, which is referred to in your main affidavit at page 22, at paragraph 63. The reason why the IPID complaint is referenced which is addressed to Lieutenant General, or rather General Mkhwanazi, is that there seems to be a pattern of wanting to implicate and charge members of the PKTT. So your comment firstly on that claim or that allegation that there seems to have been a deliberate plan to implicate members of the PKTT. Hence, this complaint that we've just discussed, directed at General Mkhwanazi, and now I'm going to move on to the IDAC complaint.
Chair, to get a full context and full understanding so that I can respond accordingly. The complaint that you are referring to from IPID to General Mkhwanazi has nothing to do with PKTT. So I don't understand where does PKTT feature. This it's about a correctional service senior officer who was allegedly found with drugs, and General Mkhwanazi apparently, and it's allegedly that he stopped those police from arresting that senior officer. So here it's a defeating ends of justice case opened against General Mkhwanazi. So I don't understand where does PKTT feature here.
Well, the connection with respect is obviously that that as the commander of the PKTT, and given General Mkhwanazi's involvement in the PKTT over the years since its establishment in 2018, that this is now directed at him, and that he is required to make a statement, and is accused of stopping the arrest of certain individuals.
Hence, I'm saying this has nothing to do with PKTT. It's General Mkhwanazi who stopped people from doing their work, not PKTT. Whether that is true or not, it's something else, but this is directed to what General Mkhwanazi did, not PKTT.
Honorable James.
Just clarity. It was not General Mkhwanazi that stopped the police from doing their work. The statement we received, I think it was from General Mkhwanazi, mentioned that these drugs were planted. It was found on the residence of a correctional services member. It was not found in possession of this member. It was found on the premises. And the question here is, why does Mr. Mkhwanazi have records of the SAP 13 book? We are saying here that General Mkhwanazi interfered. He's a policeman. He's the provincial commissioner for KZN. He's meant to interfere in such cases. My question is, why does Mr. Mkhwanazi have access to a SAP 13 file? So we must be very careful when we say he interfered. We need to give the merit of what actually happened there. Thank you.
Honorable Skosana.
Should I comment?
Thank you, Chair. Partly, I'm covered. I just wanted clarity on that as well, because unless the witness is saying that we were misled, maybe he knows better on what happened exactly to the issue, of those drugs. But as far as I'm concerned, my colleague just explained this is how we captured it. Unless there's two contradiction statements now, he's disputing what we were told. and what was submitted to us. Thank you, Chair.
You can respond, Mr. Nkabinde.
Chair, firstly, if I clarify, I don't know the circumstances of what happened with respect to recovering of drugs, attempts to arrest the correctional service senior officers. I know that thing while reading here, what is it saying? Hence, I even emphasize that I don't even know whether it's true or it's not true. So this is what is written here. They are saying the police officers, they recovered drugs and they attempted to arrest that correctional service senior officers, and that is when General Mkhwanazi intervened. So whether General Mkhwanazi intervention is wrong or right or unlawful or lawful, I'm not suggesting any of that, because that is basically about investigating of that case and the outcome of that investigation, because I'm not involved in it.
Chair, Mr. Nkabinde, I'm not sure whether, because we are seeking clarity, we are not yet questioning you. Now, you are saying, earlier you said interfered, or now are you saying he intervened? I just wanted clarity on that. Did he interfere or did he intervene? Thank you, Chair.
Chair, hence, I even used a word allegedly, because according to this letter and the complaint, they are complaining that he allegedly interfered with them not to arrest that woman, that correctional service senior officer, of which I was not there. I'm just reading the letter that senior counsel is showing me. That is the content of this letter, of which that is why I'm making it clear that I'm not sure whether that is correct or it's not correct. It's according to this letter.
Thank you, Chair. He has clarified, though, at a later stage on your evidence, you said that intervened. You've changed from that interfered. So that's why I wanted to find out, did he intervene or did he interfere? Thank you, Chair. If you can just clarify that, in your own knowledge, that allegation, did they say he intervened or he interfered? Thank you, Chair.
If I'm not following what is written here, Chair, General Mkhwanazi engaged me about the very same matter. He actually engaged me and sent me this letter. Then he said, do you know anything about this letter? Does the minister knows? Then according to him, when he explained to me, he was not intending to interfere. He was intervening to avoid unnecessary civil claims, that they rather take the drugs for testing, and also the way it was recovered, there was a possibility that probably it would have been planted by other people. So he did engage me about the matter, and hence, Honorable Skosana, I'm now using the word intervene. That is now on the basis of my engagement with him.
May we proceed, Honorable Skosana? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, are we proceeding or are we adjourning? Going on to another topic.
Up until 13 hour 13.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry. My apologies. Mr. Nkabinde, this is also part of that same context, because in General Mkhwanazi's affidavit and in his evidence, he catalogues a number of instances where these attempts were made to implicate and to frustrate the work of PKTT, and this was the one example. Now, the other one I want to take you to is in your affidavit, your main affidavit. The heading is the IDEC complaint at paragraph 63.
I can see it.
You see that?
Yes.
On 1 November 2024, the minister received a complaint from Mr. Fadil Adams, who's also a member of parliament, that the dockets he registered in Western Cape and Gauteng were being unlawfully intercepted. A copy of his email is attached as CMN4. Right. So on CMN4, you see at the top, Mr. Nkabinde, this is from Sakina Frenchman. It's sent to you on the 1st of November 2024, and it's sent to you, Landu, Motswakai. Can you just you confirm you received that email?
That's correct, Chair.
As the subject is charges laid by NCC. Who are the other persons referred to in the email?
Mlandu, it's a PA to the minister.
Okay.
Motswakaya is an assistant PA to the minister. And myself.
To you. And then on then there's another email later on from Sakina Frenchman, addressed to Edward Senzo Nkunu, charges laid by NCC, and this is addressed to the minister himself. And that is by Honourable Member Fadil Adams, the Member of Parliament. You see
Yes,
that?
I can see that.
There's a further email on the 10th of November, across the page, addressed to you, referring to these four matters. You can see there, he requests an independent investigator or body to investigate the cases I've laid. I make this request as your National Commissioner has claimed all is above board in the case of the allegations made against Major General Khumalo. We are reliably told that this is false and that the statements and have the statements to back it up. If indeed the Commissioner's position is compromised in this regard, please view our concerns with concern. And then a further email at 21:38, also on the 10th, also addressed to you. Dear Sir, from the Office of the Honourable Minister of Police, with regards to case number, and there's again a few cases mentioned. The above cases relate to fraud, theft, and nepotism. We hereby request that an independent officer or body be appointed, as we are concerned that General Masemola may have erred in his statement that the allegations pertaining to Major General Khumalo's security clearance. If this is the case, the National Commissioner has misled the nation, which is, in our view, a very serious issue. So, Mr. Nkabinde, that is the referral to the Minister. Allegations of fraud, theft, nepotism. Does that ordinarily fall within the mandate of a specialist body that's been established to fight corruption?
Yes, it does fall. Does fall, yes.
Why do you say that?
Fraud, it's their mandate. Fraud and corruption is their mandate. And also, Chair, when we receive complaints, we don't just refer a complaint. You take the complaint on its merits. This complaint itself, it's showing that a complainant has lost confidence in the National Commissioner. If you read the content of the email. So definitely, as he is requesting an independent body, the independent body relevant will be IDEC. Because now National Commissioner is the #1 cop of the country. You can't refer it to anyone. The only independent body in this regard appropriate will be IDEC.
Now, are you aware that Honourable Member Adams had also referred this to the police? You must be aware, because he claims now that he's frustrated, he's had no joy, he's laid these charges, and now he's knocking at the door of the minister.
Yes, I'm aware because he wrote to me.
Now, we have an information note, which is this is also in the schedule. It's at page 285. It's a bundle which starts at 267. Those are some of the emails I read to you. And then it's MK15. So, of the you see this information note on page 285. 285.
Yes, I see it.
The complaint, this is addressed to the Minister of Police. It's dated the 5th of November, 2024. This is just a few days after the referral to the Minister's office. Complaint against the South African Police Service, allegations of corruption and defeating the ends of justice. Complainant F. Adams, MP. The purpose of this information note is to provide information on a concern leveled in the email received V-Day F. Adams, MP. Background: Mr. F. Adams, referred to as the complainant, sent an email to the Office of the Police Minister dated 1 November 2024, wherein the complainant alleged the following. He opened 3 criminal dockets in Cape Town Central, but has learned that there has been interference from the SAPS provincial office. He thus opened 3 criminal dockets at Orlando SAPS Gauteng, but also learned that there's been interference from the SAPS provincial office. The National Commissioner has instructed that a report is provided in terms of the allegations that the SAPS is derailing the criminal allegations leveled by the complainant. Then a discussion follows. At paragraph 3.1, the dockets where they were registered, 3 in Cape Town, 3 at Orlando. 3.1.1, the criminal allegations in the 6 cases which are opened are leveled against Lieutenant General Kumalo, Major General Lushaba, Major General Madondo, and Brigadier Ngube, and are centered on 4 specific matters, namely abuse of the Secret Services account, cover-up of a criminal incident linked to Valeria and the case number. This docket is locked in a safe at the police station, and access thereto will only be available from 11 November. Failure to address Major General Madondo's results of the polygraph examination, wherein 2 incidents of tax evasion were uncovered, practices of nepotism. Then it says at 3.2, an officer from the Division Inspectorate who was in Cape Town on other official business made several attempts to conduct an interview with the complainant, but due to other commitments, the complainant had to cancel the proposed meetings. The complainant indicated that he could travel to Gauteng if required. The allegation leveled by the complainant is that the provincial officers of Western Cape and Gauteng have interfered in the investigation. The allegations contained in the criminal dockets are of a sensitive nature, and the practice of the provincial officers to obtain the dockets to ensure the matters are addressed appropriately is not seen as interference, but as standard operational procedure. At 3.3.2, the complaint by the complainant can be seen as premature, as the provincial officers were still in the process of addressing the matter. And the recommendation is at paragraph 4. This office recommends that an extension of the 10 working days is provided in order for the following to be conducted, whereafter a comprehensive report can be provided. Interview the complainant and obtain a detailed affidavit. Perusal of all criminal dockets, including the Valeria docket. Determine if any other government department is investigating the same allegations. And this is then signed by, on the 4th of November, Major General, Acting Divisional Commission Inspector at Nhlanhla. And also Sabia on the 5th of November. And the Minister on the 8th of November. Yeah. That's on the 8th. And so we get to the point of this little exercise. CMN5 is then the referral to IDEC by you on the 11th of November 2024. So your comment that I've just read to you, there's a recommendation, and it's confirmed by the Minister on the 8th of November. The recommendation is that the office, the police recommends that an extension of 10 working days is provided in order for the following to be conducted, and we've read that. Nevertheless, you, on the 11th of November, you refer this matter to IDEC. Why would you have done that when the police said, give us 10 days? It's a sensitive matter, which they take seriously, obviously. They're investigating. There's been no interference. The delays are all part of standard procedures that are followed. But you, apparently with some undue haste, can you explain why you then refer this to IDEC?
Thank you, Chair. Maybe what I need to try and do is to elaborate and make it easy for senior counsel to understand the variety of these complaints. Firstly, Chair, these are two separate complaints. Hence, I did say initially that we receive complaints and we treat a complaint on its merits. We screen the complaints, then we refer it to the relevant authority. I received this complaint, the minister received this complaint, the first complaint, that I have opened cases in Western Cape on a number of senior subs personnel as per the following case numbers. I was told that the dockets were intercepted. In my quest for justice, I traveled to Gauteng and opened the following dockets as per the following case numbers. However, I have also been notified that Gauteng Police Department has followed same modus operandi as the Western Cape. This is the first complaint I receive. The nature of this complaint, when you screen this complaint is a service delivery complaint. Is a person here who registered dockets, but he was told instead of his dockets are allocated to an investigating officer or a detective, he is now told the dockets were unlawfully intercepted. So what do you do with a complaint of a service delivery? This is what I've done. I referred this complaint to the National Commissioner. The info note that you are reading, it was based on my referral to the National Commissioner. This is my referral to the National Commissioner. The ministry has received this complaint from the Member of Parliament. In order for the ministry to respond accordingly, please furnish this office with a report in responding to this complaint and details of the investigating officer who was assigned to investigate this matter. Why I'm referring even to the particulars of investigating officer is because I realized this man is complaining that his dockets are not getting investigated. Instead, they are being intercepted. So the info note that you are reading, the National Commissioner is responding to the minister based on this service delivery complaint. Now I receive a second complaint 10th of November. Please note that I, Fidel Adams, request an independent investigator or a body to investigate cases I have laid. I make this request as your National Commissioner has claimed all is above board. in the case of the allegation made against Major General Khumalo, we are reliably told that this is false and have the statement to back it up. If indeed the commissioner's position is compromised in this regard, please view our consent with concerns. Now, this is another complaint. This complaint, when you view it and screen it, is not now a service delivery complaint. This complainant now is requesting an independent investigation. So it means these dockets, he feels that it needs to be investigated independently. So now we are talking about investigating criminal dockets. So when this complainant has lost confidence in the National Commissioner, the only relevant independent body will be IDEC, because other authorities are under National Commissioner. So hence this one now, this referral to IDEC, it's basically the complainant is requesting an independent body to investigate my complaints, my criminal dockets. Thank you, Chair.
As it's now 13:30, we are breaking. When we come back, we will take the three hands. Let me see. Is it only three? Yeah. When we come back, we will take those three hands. No. We must break. And you must not overwhelm my witness with your hands. You will raise those hands when we come back from break. Thank you. 13:30, we are coming back at 14 hours. Yeah, we'll come back at 14 hours to recover 30 minutes from the 1 hour that we lost.
Recording stopped.